Jesse Livermore, $100 million made and lost 3 times. The 20 rules behind a legendary speculator. October 29, 1929. While America watched their fortunes evaporate, one man made $100 million in a single day. His name was Jesse Livermore, and 5 years later, he lost everything. He was the greatest trader who ever lived and the greatest failure. He made fortunes 3 times, lost them 3 times. So how can we learn from someone who failed so spectacularly? Because between the wins and losses, he discovered 20 rules that changed trading forever. Rules that work today just as they did 100 years ago. Born in 1877, Massachusetts, dropped out of school at 14, started with $5 in a bucket shop. By age 30, he was banned from every bucket shop in America because he won too much. In 1907, J.P. Morgan himself asked Livermore to stop shorting the market because he was breaking the entire banking system. This is not folklore. This is documented history. And these are his rules. Rule number 1, there is only one side of the market, and it is not the bull side or the bear side, but the right side. What does this mean? Most traders pick a bias. I'm bullish on tech. I'm bearish on crypto. Livermore said, "Your opinion is worthless. The market has one direction at any moment. Find it, follow it. The trend is not your friend. The trend is your master." Rule 2, money is made by sitting, not trading. This is the hardest rule for modern traders. We have 24/7 markets, real-time data. We feel like we should be doing something. Livermore would wait months for one setup. In 1929, he made $100 million from one position. He wasn't smarter than you. He was more patient. Rule 3, whatever was wrong with me, not with the market. After his first bankruptcy, Livermore didn't blame the banks. He didn't blame manipulation. He spent 6 months analyzing every single trade he'd ever made. He found his mistakes, fixed his system, and came back to make $3 million the next year. The market is a mirror. It shows you your flaws. Fix yourself, not your indicators. Rule 4, I never argue with the tape. Markets are never wrong. Opinions often are. In 1906, Union Pacific had perfect fundamentals. Every analyst said buy, but the tape said sell. Livermore shorted it and made a fortune when it crashed. Price is truth. Everything else is opinion. News, fundamentals, analysis. They're all secondary to what price actually does. Rule 5, a loss never bothers me after I take it. But being wrong and not taking the loss, that's what does the damage. Livermore had a hard rule. Any position down 10% gets closed. No exceptions. No waiting for it to come back. No averaging down. A 10% loss needs an 11% gain to recover. A 50% loss needs a 100% gain. Firmly, do the math. Cut fast.
Rule 6. What beat me was not having brains enough to stick to my own game. In 1907, Livermore had the perfect short position on the market, but J.P. Morgan personally asked him to cover. Livermore agreed and lost millions when he tried to trade like a gentleman instead of a speculator. Your edge is your edge. The moment you abandon it for someone else's strategy, you're gambling. Rule 7. The desire for constant action, irrespective of underlying conditions, is responsible for many losses. This is the addiction of trading. You feel like you're not a real trader unless you're in a position. Wrong. Livermore once went 7 months without making a single trade. Then he made one trade that netted him $3 million. Being out of the market is a position. Sometimes it's the best position. Rule 8. Stocks are never too high to buy or too low to sell. This breaks every beginner's brain. It's at all-time highs. It must come down. Wrong. Strong stocks get stronger. Weak stocks get weaker. In 1901, Northern Pacific was at $100. Everyone said, too expensive. Livermore bought at $110. It went to $1,000. Price is relative. There's no such thing as too high if it keeps going higher. Rule 9. Give up trying to catch the last eighth or the first. These are the two most expensive eighths in the world. Every trader dreams of buying the bottom and selling the top. It's a fantasy. Livermore never tried. He entered after the trend confirmed. He exited before it ended. He left money on the table and slept like a baby. Trying to be perfect costs you everything. Being 80% right makes you rich. Rule 10. Courage in a speculator is merely confidence to act on the decision of his mind. Analysis is easy. Execution is hard. You can have the perfect setup, but if you don't pull the trigger, you have nothing. Livermore's edge wasn't superior analysis. It was instant execution. When his system said go, he went. No hesitation, no fear, pure action. The gap between analysis and execution is where fortunes are lost. Rule 11. Without faith in his own judgment, no man can go far. Trust your analysis, or don't trade at all. Rule 12. The game taught me the game, and it didn't spare the rod. You learn by losing. Embrace the tuition. Rule 13. I was convinced whatever was wrong with me, not the market. Own your mistakes or repeat them forever. Rule 14. There is nothing like losing all you have for teaching you what not to do. Bankruptcy is the best teacher if you survive it. Rule 15. Instead of hoping, he must fear. Instead of fearing, he must hope. When you're winning, fear. When you're losing, hope and adapt. Rule 16. A man will risk half his fortune with less reflection than choosing a car. Do your homework, always. Rule 17. I never argue with the tape. Getting sore at the market doesn't get you anywhere. Accept reality or go broke. Rule 18. One of the most helpful things is giving up trying to catch the last eighth or first. Perfection is the enemy of profit. Rule 19. The nature of my profession is such that I dare not tell all I know. Keep your edge secret. The crowd kills opportunities. Rule 20. A prudent speculator never argues with the tape. Markets are never right. Opinions often are. This is where we started and where we end.
November 28th, 1940. Age 63. Jesse Livermore walked into the Sherry Netherland Hotel in New York and took his own life.
He had lost his fourth fortune. His wife had left him. His sons struggled with addiction, and the greatest trader who ever lived felt like a failure. His suicide note read, "My dear Nina, can't help it. Things have been bad with me. I am tired of fighting. Can't carry on any longer. This is the only way out. I am unworthy of your love. I am a failure. I am truly sorry, but this is the only way out for me." A pioneering technician and risk taker, but also a human story about leverage, pressure, and isolation. Admire the craft, but remember the cost. But here's the truth. Livermore didn't fail at trading. He failed at life. He mastered the market, but neglected his family, his health, his soul. His 20 rules can make you rich, but money without meaning is misery. Don't just learn Livermore's trading rules, learn from his life mistake. Trade for freedom, not greed. Build wealth to serve your life, not become your life. And remember, the market gives and the market takes. But your family? They're irreplaceable. So there you have it, the 20 rules that made and broke the greatest trader in history. If this video changed how you see trading, hit that like button. If you want rule number 21, the one Livermore should have followed but didn't, subscribe and turn on notifications. And in the comments, answer this. Which rule hit you the hardest? For me, it's rule number 2. Money is made by sitting. I'm still learning that one. Remember, learn from Livermore's wins, but more importantly, learn from his losses, because the market will humble us all. The question is, will you adapt? Or will you repeat history? Trade smart, trade safe, and for God's sake, don't forget to live.